The closure of a mine is sooner or later inevitable. But wait, let's start almost from the beginning. What comes to your mind? Let's say concrete. These are all things of our daily life. But do you know where the primary materials come from? Follow me to the very beginning and I promise you'll be flashed. Now let's say mining. Promised too much? Or have I exceeded your expectations? Never mind, the extraction of raw materials has its own rules and fascination. Although raw materials are the basis of our daily lives, mining companies cannot and must not forget the environment which they live off and the residents who has to cope with mining activities every single day. What many people forget, however, is that there is also a life beyond the active mining sites. Living a community with a sustainably rehabilitated landscape benefits everyone. The local community, the ecosystem, and the reputation of the company. Planning for closure needs to be a collaboration between governments, industry, and communities to both understand and address the environmental, social, and economic impacts. An integrated approach to closure ideally begins before any activity at the site takes place and is developed and implemented throughout the lifetime of the mine. There are a variety of alternative and exciting uses for mining landscapes after their closure. From habitats for wildlife and endangered species, forestry and agriculture, to local recreation areas or tourist attractions. closed quarries also offer ideal conditions for excavated soil landfills. This also results in an upgrading of the soil, which in turn creates new forest or agriculture areas that require less artificial fertilizer and irrigation. If we also consider during renaturation which minerals are released by the soil and based on our current state of knowledge about the complex interrelationships of flora and fauna, we can essentially create a good microclimate to promote natural succession with some initial plantings at relatively low cost. To mine with principles is to plan, design for, and fulfill closure strategies that sustainably promote and protect the natural resources and biodiversity of our planet. Furthermore, enhancing the social well-being of local communities. We from ReviRis project have a vision. Developing a participatory evaluative toolbox to be applied in the design and implementation of strategies for the revitalization of post-mining sites and transitional landscapes. This toolbox will be addressed to decision makers like regional and local governments, representatives of industry, communities and civic stakeholders, and will be highly focused on boosting the involvement and engagement of all different stakeholders. Only if we are in constant interaction with all stakeholders and involve future generations as early as possible, we can make resource extraction more environmentally friendly and resource efficient at the social level and ultimately more sustainable and future oriented.